together as a family as we do this Christmas ornament as a reminder of what we're focusing on this Christmas season, and that's Jesus.
So we're going to pour the granola.
How's that feeling? Feels good. Good.
Let me show you a couple things we can make.
Of course, I love to feed people. I'm gonna That was the best part of the day.
So to start with our craft, you're going to need your supplies. So you either picked up a packet at church, or you should have printed out a sheet that now you have cut out so that you have it available and we can get started with it. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to color our popsicle sticks with our brown crayon. And you don't have to be neat about this, and it's just to give it a wood look. So we're going to color both of those, and again, just lightly color over it so that it gives it some texture. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this on top of our popsicle stick, our triangle here. So we're going to use a little bit of glue, and I have a rule, dot, dot, not a lot, because otherwise you get lots of oozy glue all over the place. So about that much on the popsicle stick there. Now we're going to put the other side on, and what you're going to do is this stick is going to go behind this one, and we're going to do the same thing in lining it up. Put this one on top of here, line up the two sides, and look at there, we have our manger starting. So we're going to set this aside, and the next thing we're going to work on is the big heart, and we're going to put the ribbon on it while this dries over here. So you're going to take your big heart and turn it over, and take your narrow piece of ribbon, so piece of Scotch tape, lay it down, and then we're going to do the same thing on this other side here, and put the tape on, and now you have your heart that will be hanging on when we put it all together. So we're going to set this aside and come back to our manger. Put a little dot of glue right at the bottom of the triangle there, and we're going to stick that 2020 on there. Now it's time to put baby Jesus's little face on. So he just needs a little teeny tiny bit of glue on his chin down there, and then we're going to put him in the manger by putting him right behind here. So you should have something that looks like this. Okay, so now we're going to turn this over, and it's time to put the hay in. And you have some Excelsior there, or if you didn't pick up a packet, you might have some raffia at home or something that you can use to look at hay, like hay, or you can even cut little strips of paper. So we're going to squish this together because we want it to fit inside this triangle area right here. We're going to put some glue on here. And then we're going to stick this down, and this is where your fingers might get a little bit of glue on them. You should now have something that looks like this. Okay, so next thing, that's what we're going to do is we're going to glue the heart on. So we're going to put a little bit of glue just kind of at the top here. And then we're going to lay our heart here, and then we're going to flip the manger back over and put it down at the bottom. So we're going to put tape along this bottom edge here so that it's going on the popsicle stick and on the heart. And we'll do that on both sides. Okay, so we're almost finished here. We're going to take the hay here, and we're going to not pull it, we're just going to bend it to the sides so it kind of sticks out the side areas there and doesn't look like it's giving Jesus hair. In your packet you have some buttons, and you also have some rhinestones, so if you want to be blingy you can use your rhinestones. Red and a green, and it's okay if the glue is showing a little bit because it's going to dry clear. There you have it, your ornament for 2020. We're going to go ahead and look at what contemplation means. So one definition is to take a look with careful and thoughtful attention, to think about deeply and carefully. So what is your heart contemplating? What are you thinking deeply and carefully about this Christmas season? Is it Jesus? I sure hope that it is. So we're going to look at Psalm 45, verses 1 through 7. And this is such a beautiful psalm that helps us to set our hearts and our focus on King Jesus. So let's go ahead and read what this has to say. My heart is moved by a noble theme as I recite my verses to the King. My tongue is the pen of a skillful writer. You are the most handsome of men. Grace flows from your lips. Therefore, God has blessed you forever. Mighty warrior, strap your sword at your side. In your majesty and splendor, ride triumphantly in the cause of the truth, humility, and justice. May your right hand show your awe-inspiring acts. Your sharpened arrows pierce the hearts of the king's enemies. The peoples fall under you. Your throne, O God, is forever and ever. The scepter of your kingdom is a scepter of justice. You love righteousness and hate wickedness. Therefore, God, your God, has anointed you with the oil of joy more than your companions. So in this psalm, we see this beautiful picture of our Messiah, and he's described as handsome, gracious, and blessed, a mighty warrior and majestic. He defends that which the world wars against, which is truth, humility, and justice. And one of the verses that really stuck out to me was verse 6, and it says, your throne, O God, is forever and ever, which that means that he is going to reign forever and ever, and that he reigns right now. So even though this Christmas might be a little bit different from Christmases past, there might be disappointments, there might be some discouragement, there might be some circumstances that come your way that you weren't expecting, you can know that you are still with the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and that he is ruling forever and ever. So I hope that this time you can take some time and really contemplate on Psalm 45, that you can take that time and that these verses become just so real in your life, and that you can have that sweet fellowship, that intimate relationship with Jesus when you're thinking on this. Well, that was so much fun doing this craft with you today, and I hope that you had fun with it too, because it's so fun to get together as family and do projects together and make those wonderful memories that you can cherish for years to come.